Hi guys, and happy Thursday. Today is Thursday, February 24th, and I'm going to jump on really quick because I have 3 left in the mini tour, so I thought I'd wrap it up this weekend with my Saturday and Sunday videos, and then after that I'm going to focus on the sets in the annual catalog, the ones that are new this year to the annual catalog that maybe I haven't put in the spotlight very much. So wanted to try to get this one in today, and then we'll finish up this weekend. So we're on day 15 of the catalog tour, and this one is called Lucky You. It's on page 67, and it's a fun little set. You can see it featured here in these step-up cards. So it's a fun set. Has some great little background items. You know, I'm all about the backgrounds. So I thought that we would do a quick card, and it's very basic, and sorry about this. I was re-inking my Cherry Cobbler stamp set to see if my copyright stamp would still work, and so sorry for the mess. Anyway, so this is using the set Lucky You. Let me pull it out from over here. So it's 12 stamps. So you have your 6 sayings and you have your 6 backgrounds. All right. And what I did was I liked that one stamp. This one, I thought it looked like a brick. And so I thought, well, let's go ahead and do a brick background and then incorporate another saying. We might put some of the other backgrounds in here too on this card. I'm not quite sure. Figure it out. All right. So since it's a Thursday and I'm not really prepared, I'm going to go over there where my paper is, my cardstock, and grab a sheet of the basic white, grab a scrap of black, and this is Magenta Madness. I'm also trying to use some of the in colors, use the cardstock up from the in colors that are retiring in April, because I have a few of those left. So anyway, so let's go over here. I'm going to cut this piece down to, this is going to be my 4 by 5 1/4. And then the black is going to be at 4 1/8. Yes, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that. So I'm going to do the cutting first, and I'll show you what we're going to do with the Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine, and then we'll work on the background. So give me a second while I come over here. It's very weird being on a Thursday because I do have to go to work here in my, about 8:30 Central Standard Time. And by work, I mean I'm going to turn off the camera and sit over here where my computer is and work. All right, so let me go ahead. I'm going to cut this at 4 1/8. This is the black by 5 3/8. So 5 3/8 and 4 1/8. All right. Now I think I have all my pieces. All right, keep that there. So of course we're going to, and I found my bone folder. In fact, I found 2 or 3 of them. So let's go ahead. I didn't score that, so I'll just go ahead and line it up like that and give it a good crease. So there's our card base. And then here's the white and the black. And you can see how that's just barely over there. So now for the black, I have to get out my big Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine because the little one doesn't quite do it, because remember that only goes to 3 3/4. So what I'm going to do is you're going to bring out your plate 1, your plate 2, and 2 of your 3s, because we're going to do cutting on here. So what we're going to do is, let me get over here. This is the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and I hope these still carry over into the next catalog. I really, really like them. They've carried over this last month, into this last year, so I'm hoping they'll carry over again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of these rectangles, and I'm going to create layers. But you could also use this if you want to, because, you know, those sayings, some of those sayings would look really fabulous inside of those. But what I'm going to do here, because this is my 4 1/4 by 5 3/8. And so what I'm going to do is, and I'm hoping, yes, you can still see this on the camera. So I'm going to lay it down there. I'm going to, let me bring this a little bit more over. I'm going to lay it down there because this is going to be my layer. So if you tape it down, you have a lot of cardstock there that is just getting covered up. So I like doing this. That way I have some layers for later. All right, so I just have that cut down like that. Let me run it through. All right. Oops, did I run another way through? I'm gonna put this behind me on my chair just for now. Take away these plates. Now remember, you got to be a little bit careful when you peel this off. Even though I've used this tape a lot, sometimes because of that pressure going through the Stampin' Kind of Boss machine, it could rip your card. And see, it did stick on it still. Not a big deal, because that's going to be covered up. But for the other pieces that might, oh, I thought I really had the tack off on that, but I guess I didn't. All right, but then again, if there's a little bit of a rip and or a tear on your cardstock, and you're going to be layering, you know, you can just cover up that way. Or if not, flip it over. It's the same. The fabulous stitching may not show up as good. You can see that stitching around there. I don't know if you can see it or not. I mean, it still shows up on the other side. So, very strange, because I didn't do that on the example I made, but, you know, it's going to be difficult. All right, so let's put these over here for now, because I don't have my magnetic plate out. So this is going to be my layer. And this, I can decide if am I going to put it flat down or I'm going to pop it up, but I'm going to lay this one flat down. So let me go ahead and get it so wow, it's very strange doing this on a Thursday. I keep looking over my shoulder at my clock because I want to make sure that I go into work mode at 8:30. All right, so there's that. And as you can see, let me move this out of the way. This is going to be the one we're going to layer over it, and you can see you don't miss any of that underneath there. And now you have a frame and a piece to use for later. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, and I'm going to make sure this is cleaned off because, you know, I'm not good about cleaning off stamps. I know. All right, make sure that's cleaned off. And this color scheme I did here was more the light in color. So this was the Fresh Freesia. This is the Pale Papaya, and this is the Soft Succulent. But I think on this time, I'm going to focus, especially with this Magenta Madness, I'm going to do colors, 3 of the colors that are retiring from the in colors at the end of this catalog season. Now remember, this catalog, let me pull it out. This catalog is going till the end of April. So if you want any of these in colors, which are the Bumblebee, the Just Jade, Magenta Madness, Cinnamon Cider, or Misty Moonlight, you got to buy them before the end of April. Okay, so let's go ahead, come over here, and what I like to do is, and I usually don't leave stamp pads open the whole time because sometimes then I get talking and I forget to close them. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and go, and I don't know how strong this is, so I'm going to go here once just to see. Not so bad. So what I like to do is I like to put my first couple like that. Then we'll do strong, weaker on the top. This is going to be a much bolder than before. And then I'm going to go about halfway in. So here's my groups of 3s. See, here's my triangle. All right. So let's go ahead clean that off good. Then I go to what I consider my, I'm not going to say my weakest color, but probably not the strongest color. And I'm going to come up here and kind of repeat the same. And I'm going to go down here. And I'm trying not to line up completely with that. And I'll put a lighter on top that time. And let's see, green, green, green. All right, I'll come over here. All right, clean that off. Now into my Just Jade. This one I think is going to be really strong. Oh, not so bad. All right, so here I have, so it doesn't really matter. All right, so there's the main of my color. Now, I do see that I want a green here. See, here's another triangle, and I don't have a green in there. So let me go like that. I don't have like a green in this area, so. All right, so I'm looking at my different triangles here. Now, see, I think I need some of that bumblebee in there. And that's just how I look at it. I look at it like triangles. All right, so that looks pretty good. I have a lot of colors around there. Now to clean off the stamp, or to do that, I can just go like this quite a few times. Put a little in there. But then what I usually do, sorry, I just want to make sure I have these all closed up. Make sure I don't have any crack showing, because I did that on my cherry cobbler, and that's why I had to get another reinker for my cherry cobbler. All right, so let's go like this. Just, I'm getting all of that extra bumblebee off because it is the softest color. All right, so now it looks pretty clean, because even when I push really hard, I'm not getting edges. So then what I like to do is I like to get a neutral color to fill in the spots. So this time, I think I'm going to use, let's try Sahara Sand. Let's see what that looks like. So that one I'm definitely going to want to do off a couple times. And see, I'm just kind of filling in all of those little areas. Now I'm just going to, because when you push harder, you might get some of those little ridges. Ridges are good on only two things: ruffles and the stamp set. Because it doesn't matter if you get an edge on this, because it adds to that brick look. Okay, I'm going to say that's good enough. Oh, my goodness. Let me close that up, make sure it's closed. Put it over here. So this is going to be here. And this is going to be the background. So, and I think I'm going to trim off just a smidgen. Just a smidgen. Just so a little more of that black shows through on the bottom. There. I do like that. Okay, so then I'm going to tape that down, but not yet. So now here we have these frames, right? So what I'm going to do on this one, I'm going to take my baby. Remember, on your baby, you only use the plate 1 and 2 3s. I'm going to reverse my plates. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, this die here, and I'm going to lay, I want it to be not the full size. So I'm going to lay it inside those edges. I don't know if you can see. So I have it laid inside the edges. I'm going to put my non-cutting plate on the bottom. I'm going to lay down that. Going to make sure those ridges line up. Sorry, I'm trying to do this without getting my head in the shot. So there I have those ridges lined up there. Put this down. I hope I didn't move it. All right, so then what that does is, oops, the one stuck there. So now I have two different, take off that tape, two different sizes that have those ridges now on all the sides. Now, yes, there won't be stitching on that one side where you cut, but if you're looking that closely, you're looking too far into it. That's getting too deep. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to this one, and I think on this one, I'm going to use the Hooray for You. Well, yeah, the Hooray for You. Maybe I'll do it on an angle. I'm going to do it on an angle. That's great. All right, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do an angle. I'm going to take, yes, I'm still using these pieces from the last video as well, last few videos, as well as a video from like, I don't know, 6 months ago. So I'm going to see. Kind of like that in there. It's a little dark. No. Let's go a little bit lighter. There. We'll just go straight across like that. All right. So let's go ahead and get a block. Which color do I want to do it in? I'm going to do it in the Magenta Madness, but I might stamp it off once. No, I'm going to do it full strength. On these, I like to hang on to it just for a little sec. Rock a little, but don't rock so much that you get edges. I might have got an edge. Oh, I think that looks fantastic. Look at that. And it is supposed to look kind of two-tone on that. I don't know if you can see on the stamp. Where's my finger? There it is. You can see that it has that two-tone look. So that's just the way it should be. All right. Now here you can take out your snips if you want and cut it out. You can cut it out square. I like using my baby cutter. This was a feature. I don't know. If you signed up, you got this at one point. I think this was maybe a year ago, year and a half ago. I don't know, but I love it for quick little close cuts like this, because you can see right here where the edges you're going to cut, so you can get really close. Oh, almost a little too close. All right, so then I feel like I need to go a little bit closer on that side. And then I'm going to take my trio punch. And the only reason I'm doing this, because the blocks, yes, the blocks are straight around. So you know, why am I curling the edges? Well, it's going on this that also has straight edges, but it has a little bit of a curve to it. So I just thought it'd be nice to look at it. And maybe I won't like it after I get to it, but it'll be too late and I'll be stuck with it. And what I should have done, I should have gone like this. Do you guys know this trick? You put it on a Post-it note so you can get it all the way into the corner, because you see that one corner I didn't get quite good enough. It helps you when you have a small piece of paper, get it all the way in to make sure that you have it flat against that one side. All right. All right, let me put that over there. Put this back. There's a little hooray for you. I think I'm going to do it on the angle though. Let me grab some pop-ups. Oh, look at that. I must have been testing out the inking on the back side of that. Okay. Always good to use your scraps up. Have it like that. Here's my stamp and seal. Put it on the 4 sides. And there, oh my goodness, I have quite the mess here. And there you are. Quick and easy card using the Lucky You stamp set. It's a standalone stamp set in our mini catalog, the January to June. Thanks for joining me on a Thursday. Hope I didn't throw your universe into a tizzy by actually recording on a weekday. And I still have, 35 minutes before I have to punch in. Just enough time to enjoy a smoothie and get ready for the workday. All right, guys, thanks a lot and have a great day.